Well, good morning and welcome back to the Collegiates Loop adventure. So I ended up spending 3 nights in Leadville. Yeah, the storm came in really fast and hard, and it just wasn't worth battling it, you know. It would have been challenging. So you join me pretty much where I got picked up for the hitch into Leadville. I would just like to say a big thank you to the general store there in Twin Lakes. They do a fantastic job of looking after their hikers. When we pulled up in the car, the general store was actually closed, but when he saw a hiker outside, he opened up, let me in, gave me my box that I'd stashed there last week. We had a nice chat. A little bit of blue sky ahead, but when you look behind, somewhere over there is Hope Pass that we came in on a couple of days ago, and it's completely socked in at the moment. Absolutely stunning. Something about challenging weather that always makes the mountains even more gorgeous. I'm now on, I think, segment 11 of the Colorado Trail, so we'll soon be joining the trail that I was originally intending to go on, which is just the other side of the lake over there. Being stuck in a hotel room during a winter storm isn't that much fun, so it's just wonderful getting back out on the trail, just seeing the fresh snow all around. It's yeah, really happy. I believe that we're now heading up there somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where, I'll be honest. Doesn't look very enticing. Clouds. I'm guessing there's rain up there. I've had a few spots down here already. But I think it's an up and over, and then we'll get down the other side to where we're camping tonight. That's the hope anyway. Tomorrow we'll be going up there somewhere. We'll start the day with a 1500, 2000 foot climb somewhere up into the clouds. Hopefully by then they'll have lifted, but you never know. Anyway, I'm getting cold just standing here. I want to get the tent set up and get some food pretty quickly. We'll see you down there somewhere. Well, I made it to camp just in time to make myself some rehydrated dinner, which was really nice. Very welcome to have a nice hot meal. Then the rain started, and then the rain turned to sleet, and it's been on and off raining, sleeting, snowing for, I don't know, the past hour or two. And it's fair to say it's pretty damn cold at the moment. I think for the rest of the night it's due to be like this. Showers, wintry showers, snowy showers, on and off. Honestly, kind of questioning why I came back out. It was so nice when I first started out in the trails just to be back out again, and I loved it. but just the last couple of hours have been bitterly cold. And it's not, you know, it's going to get colder before it gets warmer, obviously, as the night wears on. So I'm going to switch off, hope that I don't get too cold through the night. There's already condensation forming inside the tent, so I know there's a good chance I'm going to get wet overnight. Yeah, and then I'll just see what the morning brings. See you then. Well, good morning. I've just finished taking down camp and I'm about to start the first big climb of the day, 2,500 feet. Flipping heck, that was a cold night. The winter storm didn't seem to let up until the small hours. So when I woke up this morning, just everything was wet. The inside of the tent from condensation and the outside obviously was a combination of water and ice. Still, it's good to finally have the camp taken down, get moving. I can start warming up now. Nice fresh coating of snow on the hills around us. Really pretty, really nice waking up to it. Trees still have their snow from the fresh snow that came down last night. The sun is coming up behind me, just catching the top of the trees at the moment. I think I've come to a decision point. I don't know what my decision is yet. There's still another, I don't know, 400 or 500 feet to get to the top. My speed has slowed right down. The snow is fresh and calf deep, so I'm post-holing all the way up, and progress is really, really slow. 35 degrees, so it's not melting at all. And if I do continue up, you know, it's like almost a 12,000 feet pass, drop down, and then there's another almost 12,000 feet pass before I can get down to, you know, an altitude that I could camp at. So easily another 15 miles. And at my current pace, that's about 10 hours. So I'm a little bit concerned that if I do go on, I'm going to find myself in a predicament where you know, things could get quite dangerous, could get stuck above snowline. In fact, I think that it's just starting to snow a little bit now. I'm going to grab a bite to eat, have something to drink, and then I'll make a decision. But at the moment, I'm thinking, given that I've been post-holing for I don't know, 2 hours to get up here, and I'm still not at the top, and I've got at least another, you know, 10 miles of this. I'm thinking I might have to turn around and call it, but let's get something to eat, and then we can make the decision from there. It is beautiful up here. It is so nice. But I do wish I had my skis, because it would have been 10 times easier on skis. Let me show you the snow that we got. There was blue sky earlier, but there has been this big bank of cloud moving in from the north, which I think, despite the forecast, might be bringing more snow. You can see how deep it's been. That's my post hole there, and it's a good 12-18 inches, I guess. Although it has got deeper in places. There's been no one else up here, so there's no other footprints that I can just follow, which would make it a little bit easier. But, so that's the trail that I've come up there. Ah dear. Here's another example of the mess that you have to deal with when there's been so much snow. This is the trail, believe it or not. The trail is right here. But all these bushes have got so much snow on them that they're completely blocking the trail. So you just have to kind of work your way through them and get covered in fecking snow. I'm going to have to go underneath that. That's going to be deeply unpleasant. Well, I called it. That's me almost back down at camp. I was getting just too cold, too much snow, progress was too slow. It was just getting, I don't know, for me, just a little too much on the dangerous side. So heading back down to where I camped last night, and then from there I'll walk down to the main road and try and hike further south as far as I can to get closer to the car. Oh, once I've warmed up, I'll give you a bit more of an update. Oh, well, I finally warmed up a little. It took quite a while. It must have been quite a bit colder than I thought it was coming down off of there. It's so easy, you know, when you're down in the valley, things are starting to warm up a little, to second guess yourself. But ultimately you have to trust that in the moment you made the right decision. I know it was at the limit of how cold I was willing to be at the top there, and I knew it was going to be very challenging to warm up, and that a decent campsite was at least 10 miles away. This is the difference that 2,500 feet can make. Down here it's all melted off, no problem. But given that there's at least 18 inches at the top of the pass, I'm obviously disappointed. You know, if I'd done this a week ago, it would have been a piece of cake. You know, there was no snow, and it was beautiful weather, etc. But that's just one of the things that Colorado throws at you. And you've always got to keep in mind that ultimately out here, Mother Nature is in charge, the mountains are in charge, and you've just got to do what you can with the time that you have. So yeah, it's certainly disappointing, but ultimately I've had 5 wonderful days out in the backcountry. I had a couple of days in Leadville, which is a town I thoroughly enjoy spending time in. So it is a long way away from being a failure. I just didn't manage to get my original goal of doing the Collegiates Loop